Welcome back to Repair, Restore, Resell. We're getting back on this mower deck for the Ford 14 diesel lawn tractor with the midpoint mower. I've got the spindle all cleaned up, re-greased, and set to go in. So we'll get this in, and then we'll get the other side on it, and get the new blades on. And that's it. You can hear the bearing bottom out in there. Now we're on the other side. We've got to get the sheet, the drive nut back on it, and the drive key, and that'll pretty much be it for the other side. Then we can get the 3 new blades on, get this laying back down flat, and move on. We've got a few other things to do on this. Okay, so on the top side, you've got the sheave that's going to stay there unless you drive it out with the top side bearing. So you've got a flat washer, a lock washer, and the retainer nut. And I put a little grease on the threads there so that it wouldn't get seized on there. Trying to get this started while blocking your view. And on this one, it takes a 30mm socket. Whether they all do or not, I couldn't tell you. But what you need to keep in mind is that the top side nuts are left-handed thread, and the blade side nuts are right-handed thread. So just keep that in mind, so that when you go to if you have to take anything apart, you know which direction these are going in. I'll tighten that up some more after I get the blade on the other side, so I have something to hold on to. But that's all back together now, which is nice. The bottom blade bolts and the spindles, the bottom side, is 14 millimeter by 1.5. I didn't have those size caps or dies, so I borrowed them from a friend of mine while I had them. I took the cap and I chased out the threads for the blade side, so the threads down there are all nice and clean, and I cleaned up the bolts and everything. So we'll get the blades thrown back on it. Now I got three brand new blades to put on it. So this thing, when we're done with it, it should be cutting grass like a champ. Okay, so these are number 6208 blades from Rotary Corporation Copperhead brand. They're a nice heavy blade. You've got the shoulder bolt. I'm going to put a little bit of never sees on it. You don't need a whole lot, just enough so it's going to be removable again. You've got a cupped washer. I marked them just so I could see at a glance which side was the high side. And you've got a lock washer. So you got the bolt head lock washer and the cupped washer, and that's going to go on there, and then we'll follow suit all the way across. Okay, so I've got these blades all tightened up. The factory bolts on this one took a 27 millimeter socket, and the bolt that I made took an 1.1/8 1.1/8 socket, because that was a returned donor bolt that I had. So it really doesn't matter what the hell size what size head you've got on it. If that bothers the next owner, well, then they can go order a replacement bolt from Ford New Holland for $11 plus shipping, and then they could have 3 bolts that all use the same size socket. I've got the blade here jammed up against a block of wood to keep it from spinning, and I'm going to tighten up the nut that retains the sheave and everything on the other side. I probably got to change this around because I'm going the opposite way with it, so let me get that swapped out. Okay, so we'll get this tightened up on the other side over here. Okay, so that's it for this. Now I'm going to get this laying back down flat, and then I'll bring it back. The top side here, we've got a few things to address. We've got a broken bolt for the sheet metal covers there, another one here, 2 more out of view, 3 more out of view. So we've got 5 bolts that are broken off in the tappings. So we'll have to get those out. That's not really any major concern. I can drill right through those if I have to and go with a smaller bolt, bigger bolt, whatever. It doesn't matter. All it does is hold a sheet metal cover on, just to keep your foot out of the belt, I guess. But it's nothing critical. What is critical though is this idler is all roached out. It's really really bad. So let me get a pair of snap ring pliers, and we'll see if we get that out of there. There's a major burr on the shaft here, so I might have to take it apart over here, and then or get a Dremel tool in here and clean up that shaft so that the pulley can come up off of it. Probably gonna end up pulling that arm out anyway, so we can see what we gotta do there, make a new shaft or what, or turn it and put a sleeve in it, whatever. Once we get it apart, we'll figure out how we're going to attack it. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, take the whole arm off with the sheave, and that way I can, clean up the, end of that shaft so I can get to the, the pivot arm had a 13mm head bolt in it, so there's a, you know, a short bolt, lock washer, and flat washer, and now we should be able to just pick this right up off of here. And that's it. We'll take it over to the bench and get it apart. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but there's a big burr right on the side here. So we'll get that ground down or filed down or whatever, and then get this out of here. I've got a 90-degree angle grinder, die grinder with a roll-lock flap wheel sander, and I just want to take the edge off of this so I can get that wheel, that idler off of there. That's it. So, I don't know if, I guess you can see it. This is the groove for a snap ring to keep that on there, and you can see how much wear it is on here. So I guess what I'm going to end up doing is drilling or pressing this out of here or whatever, and making a new shaft for it. And I guess I was out of view there. So I'm going to make a new shaft for this. I'll drill this out or press it out or whatever works. Looks like it's welded in there. But that doesn't matter. I can cut it off, stick it in the mini milling machine and mill all that weld right off of there, grind it off, whatever. But it will come apart, and then I'll make a new shaft for it. Okay, so I've got a couple still close-ups here so you can see how bad this shaft is. This is what's left of the groove for the retainer snap ring, and this is the other side of it. You can see there's just nothing left of it. I got the bearings knocked out of the sheave. That idler sheave, tensioner sheave, whatever you want to call it, is in pretty good shape. It just needs new bearings, so I've got to get some, see if I can see some part numbers on this, or refer to my service data on it, and see if I can get a couple replacement bearings in the pipeline. Maybe get some measurements on this shaft. We'll make a new shaft for that, because that arm is probably expensive if you can even get one, and who knows how long it is to get one. And just for that bolt for the blade, it was going to take me 10 or 11 days to get it, and you know, it's just ridiculous. Not to mention the price was ridiculous too. $11 for a single little bolt. Okay, so I've got the bearings on order. Your part number Ford New Holland is 362804. They're 40 millimeter outside diameter, 17 millimeter inside diameter, and 12 millimeter wide. So those are on order, and they're all dried up. They made no accommodation on this for greasing those bearings. They're shielded one side. The inner side is unshielded on both bearings, but there's no accommodation made to be able to get any grease in there. So when I make the new shaft, I think I'm going to put a grease zerk in the center, drill down, drill a side hole, and that way the bearings can be greased. So this might be the end of this segment. I think I think that's going to be the end of it. I'll start another video for getting rid of this old shaft, making up the new one, because that's just going to take longer than I have left on this whatever the hell you call it that the video store is on. So that's about it. We'll pick up where we left off on the next segment. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and share the video. That'll help get me up, because you don't get a dime from YouTube till you hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm at about 235 as we speak. Not that I'm going to get rich off of eBay or off of YouTube rather, but you know, it'd be nice for them to kick in a little bit. That helps with shop supplies and this, that, and the other thing. So have a great day, and we'll pick up on the next segment. Thanks for watching.